Some elementary school teachers in Detroit got sick because they ate weed brownies that they found in the teacher's lounge. So Huffington Post reports, quote, Oakland County Sheriff's officials said deputies were called to Spring Mills Elementary School on a tainted food complaint. A teacher became ill the day before and later tested positive for marijuana at a hospital. Police say 2 other teachers felt sick but didn't seek medical treatment. The deputies recovered the remaining brownies, and tests revealed that they contained THC. So I should be clear about this and say that they don't know if this was some kind of a prank or if it was a mistake and, you know, somebody brought their brownies to school, but they didn't want to share them with everybody. They just wanted to have them themselves or with their buddies or whatever. But everybody thought they were sick when they ate them. So the people that ate them, not knowing they were weed brownies, were convinced that it was like food poisoning and they were sick. And again, none of them actually went to the hospital, but apparently a few of the teachers had said, hey, you feel weird last night? Yeah, I felt weird last night. And so they had called the police to come and, for whatever reason, check out the tainted food situation at the school. And that's when they figured out exactly what had happened. But there's actually a really important message to take away from this, which is that people need to understand, and they were duped. So again, that's a fact. Let's get that out there. But when you eat marijuana, when you eat weed, when you do an edible, it's not going to get you high in the same way that it would if you smoked a little weed. You actually get significantly higher if you eat weed. And I don't know all the details of it. I've read articles that explain why that is, but bottom line, the way that your body metabolizes it when you eat it, it has a stronger effect, and it actually functions as a mild psychedelic, if you will. Whereas if you smoke it, it's not nearly as powerful. So, and that's why, for example, I don't know if you guys remember when Maureen Dowd, the New York Times writer, decided to go to Colorado and test out weed, legal weed there. She wrote this scathing article about how it's bad and it's not good. And why is that? Because she bought edibles and she fucking housed an entire thing. And then she was beyond high. She was shot in a cannon to Neptune in her mind. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so paranoid. This is horrible. This is horrific. I can't deal with this. Why would anybody do this drug? It's the worst drug ever. I hate everything. And then she wrote an article, you know, against weed, basically. And people were like, you jackass, you don't understand. First, most of the edibles, you should only take a bite, for example. Or if it's like certain kinds of candy, sometimes you just need one piece of candy, whether it's a gummy worm or whatever. Or some people need half of it or a quarter of it because it's going to get you really fucking high. So perhaps the answer is, again, this wouldn't affect this case that we're talking about here, but perhaps the answer is more clear labeling so as to educate people, where even seasoned weed smokers, if you eat, you know, a whole candy bar that has 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams, you're going to get beyond high and you are going to feel sick. And that happens a lot where people ingest weed, they eat it, they don't know that they did it, and then they do end up going to the hospital and they're like, bro, what the fuck is happening? I think I'm dead and I'm watching my own body, and they say shit like that. No, you're okay. You're going to be all right. But let's not give marijuana a bad name because your dumbass accidentally ate it or ate too much of it or don't know the rules, don't know how it works, don't know what your dosing is, so on and so forth. Marijuana and other drugs, legalize them, tax them, regulate them, but also educate about them so that people know their limits and they know when they've gone way too far.